healthy teams have the ultimate battleground. Well, ultimate. Ultimate is a big word.
You mean you weren't paying attention when the game started?
I wasn't supposed to... Well, maybe. You don't know.
Also, I think your volume may have gone up. Just double check it.
Yeah, it has.
Okay. I wanted to I wasn't imagining things.
Welcome to the ultimate... There we go.
The ultimate production values of having to change volumes and making sure your names are correct.
So well met on the blue side, and it is barely online on the red side. I think I have those correct.
Okay, good. And we're currently seeing well met grouping around the top half of the map. We're barely online once again, going for this bush, very similar to MYI and SK style. And however, once again, much like MYI and SK, finding absolutely no one.
Yeah, Brightwing just has to take all her time getting up to the top lane. Might be a little bit too late, as he could lose a little bit of experience.
Well, currently about to be 1 minion down in XP. So Brightwing gets in only losing 1 minion worth of XP.
So everybody is going into the lanes. There might be a gank here. Sokka and Liquid moving in with the Borka. Borka in a lot of trouble. Nice root there with Sokka. Sokka will actually no grab there. They were thinking about going for Sokka there, but not quite enough. King now coming in. There's the grab of the King. King in a lot of trouble. Will be able to jump out of here. Destiny comes in for the heal. Destiny with the heal is just enough. Sake is right for the picking, but is able to walk out of there with the shields from Nomi. And wow!
Kinga is visible. Kingan was they kill onto him! Incredible play here. Someone just said in the chat that they don't think that well Met have played a game today without Kerrigan, and showing it hugely there. Really nice kill.
Very nicely done. And yeah, that's what Kerrigan does. If you are ganking with Kerrigan and you do manage to get into a position where you can land your grab, then it's usually game over for whoever you manage to pull into your range. Sokka moving back to the middle lane, a 3-man middle lane. A very interesting setup here by the team of Barely Online.
Indeed, it is a roaming comp of Tychus. Tychus very unusual for a roaming group, but with the grenade is still pretty nice. And Reyna could be in some danger up here. He's moving out, reveals himself. They now know where he is hiding. But the question is, do they want to go on him while he's hiding there, or wait for him to try and push up? Brightwing demounts him. Gonna make it a bit harder for him to escape if they chose to go in. Once again, just waiting patiently for him to go on. In the meantime, in the mid lane,
little bit of a grab going on. Yeah, and that's the end of Rhaegar. 3-man hit on Rhaegar. And immediately the tribute spawning. And, well, there's only one team who's in a good position to actually make it happen. Now in the top lane, Hosu getting locked up here. He will get regeneration soon.
Oh, no, there it is. There's the passive. Keeps him alive. Hasselhoff's good job there. Not a great gank there by Barely Online. But, well met on the other hand. This Kerrigan is huge. 2 kills already. One onto the Rhaegar and one onto the Arthur. Speaking of Arthurs, being dropped pretty low here by Raider. Has to back up.
I will be able to get back into lane pretty fast, but for now, Soke and Liquid are getting themselves into a beautiful position. Oh, King and face checks them. There's the knock-up. The grab will be there in just a few seconds. There's the grab and another kill going over to the blue team.
Very, very nice. This is 3 kills to 0, 1 tribute to 0. Well met have such control of this game so far. This is superb play.
That is a given. Nomi now in the middle lane, just pushing Borka away from the minions. And I like what well Matt is doing here. The roam combination with the knock-up from Soke and the pull from Liquid is just huge. And they're right in the correct position to pick up the second tribute. And you can already see Uther moving in on his horse. It's going to be a 5-on-5 for this tribute.
It is going to be a 5-on-5, and I would like to point out what we are seeing an engage, but it looks like the rune actually prevents Liquid from taking that. Really thought she was going to get it. Going on to King, and King is so screwed. That Envenom and the Zerglings will kill him off. He goes down. In the meantime, we did see Arthur's also go down. That's a 2 for 0. We may see a 3 for 0. Kerrigan going on to Destin, pulls him in and takes him out with the help of Hiruki. This is just so good by Well Met. This is absolutely top. And the reason I'm liking the Kerrigan here, other than the fact she's just destroying everyone, it's not even fair. But she is basically like Illidan in the fact that her auto attacks give her a shield instead of healing, but she has CC. She's a hugely high damage melee assassin with some decent mobility with her leap, who has CC. It's like Illidan, but better. But without as good of an escape as Illidan, I will say that.
Yeah, if you go in, you go in. That's how it works. That's Kerrigan in a nutshell. You make the decision to go in, and that's pretty much it for now, though. Like, Barely Online is a little bit shaken at this early deficit they're looking at, and yet another tribute getting spawned here. Well, Matt is in a position to pick it up. They have the hard camp, and are now moving towards the tribute area. If they pick this one up, they can join their hard camp in the middle lane and smack down the entirety of the base of Barely Online.
Looks like that may be what they're trying to do. I'm going to have a quick look at the talents here because it doesn't look like there's going to be any contention for this tribute. Kerrigan, who's the most interesting character in this game apart from Valor, we will have a quick look at Kerrigan first though, has taken Sweeping Grasp to increase the radius of her primal grasp, meaning she can do her pull in a wider area, so she can get more people, has a better chance of getting people. Has Envenom, standard, really high aggression move, really good for the kills. And the Impaling Blade spawning 2 Zerglings, just really good at disrupting. And we of course
this
have
is
the
really
Maelstrom.
good for Wellmet. Wellmet now having a Grave Golem in the bottom lane. They have the Night Camp in the mid lane. Borka desperately trying to actually kill these Knights, but he's in a little bit of a bad position here. They're trying to deep tunnel over to him, but for now they have decided, okay, this Grave Golem in the bottom lane, it is just going to wreak havoc, and we can just smash down the middle fort with ease. No one is going to stop us. But what I do like here, Barely Online immediately picking up their own Grave Golem, just to make sure that there is some form of defense, or at least some form of counter pressure on the map of their side. So they're going to lose their middle fort, but they will force Wellmet to immediately rotate to the top lane to deal with the Grave Golem.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Bot lane has now been abandoned though. Valor did come mid to deal with this push. And the Valor's build is also a bit interesting. Very all over the place. Punishment, where abilities gain free hatred stacks. There goes the fort in the bottom lane. We have Puncturing Arrow, where the arrow bounces more, and Searing Attack. So we're seeing a mixture of abilities and auto attacks here. A very versatile Valor. Very, very different to what we usually see. And on Tychus, we also see some different abilities, where the fact that he's taken mostly a grenade build.
Interesting choice here by Tychus then. We don't see that often, but for now though, 2 forts have already been destroyed by Wellmet. They're moving in to secure themselves a 3rd fort. And it looks like Barely Online doesn't really have any form of answer to this enormous threat that the team of Wellmet is posing. And Wellmet isn't done yet. They are going to be supported by some Siege Giants, looking to secure themselves the first damage on these secondary turrets.
This is true. Soke going on to the Rhaegar there. There is the Ancestral Healing. There's the Emerald Wind actually giving some good area strafe, dealing a lot of damage. Nice Vault there from Sheep, keeping himself alive. But it didn't really affect him. If we look at Wellmet's health bars, they just shrugged it off. They don't care. They're continuing to push with these Siege Giants. And Raider, his Inspire is helping a lot with this. These minions are pushing it super hard, doing a lot of damage. And that's going to be a keep down. The current score is 8 kills to 0 in favor of Wellmet, with 2 forts, 1 keep, and 1 keep, and all buildings surrounding them in exchange for currently 1 tower in the top lane.
And a little bit of damage on the gate.
The damage,
they're going in actually. Nice
kill.
Jump there straight. Kingen popping his own. Kingen actually gets wiped out of his own pretty fast here. Can't even do a strafe here. Correction, Barrage here. Liquid now will be going down. That's the first kill going over to the team of Barely Online. Now they're chasing that Soke. He's going to be the second. Yeah, he already used that one, so Deep Tunnel is not going to happen. They're both going to be sacrificial lambs, but it doesn't really matter. They picked up another keep that's already 4 buildings down, 4 major buildings down. And, well, okay, they're going to lose this tribute. Wellmet cannot fight this tribute, but they have already accomplished what they set out to do.
Yep, Wellmet just going to leave us alone. They were caught out there without their ultimates, so they just decided to leave it. Nomi just harassing, trying to keep people busy, while in the meantime, we are going to see Sheep get this tribute. There's going to be nothing Wellmet could do about this, as you said. But well met, still ahead. They have a 2-level advantage. They are posturing currently, ready for when their hard camp comes up in 16 seconds. Their golem comes up in 1 minute 25. Top golem in 1 minute 50. So those will be the next objectives. They will spawn actually at very similar times to the next tribute. So that's going to be quite interesting. We're going to see some decision making as to what to go for, or we're going to see both teams go for the tributes and then get both whichever team wins probably get both golems.
That seems very fair. However, I'm not entirely sure what the team of Barely Online is doing right now, because they don't really know where the tribute is going to spawn. It could be anywhere.
I think they were thinking that maybe Well Met would push against them or come in to try and steal their hard camp, and they were trying to posture for it. However, now they've taken too long. Yeah, they've taken too long grabbing their own hard camp because they were waiting for that, and now they're really out of position for this tribute. They are going to get here in time, but they're not even going to bother because they know they will be there a bit too slow, and there is already a hard camp in the mid lane for them to have to deal with. So they're going to clear this hard camp. They're going to let Well Met get this tribute. It's only 1 tribute, brings them back up to 1 rather than back up to 3, which would be another curse. So, not a huge deal. And Well Met, however, getting ready for a bushwhack. Although, there's not really much room in that bush.
Yeah, well, that means Hurricane just has to sit in the hoof, or rather the horseshoe. And both teams moving towards their boss camps.
Yeah, that's what Well Met were waiting for. They were waiting to see if Barely Online would come and contest their boss camp. Turns out they're not, so they can go get their boss camp if they want to. But they might also realize here the Barely Online are about to do their own boss camp, and that might be something they want to contest. But no, Nomi is head to the bot lane. They're just going to do their own boss camp.
Yeah, that's all they need to do right now. They just need to put down some pressure on the bottom lane and then start a team fight. That's pretty much, I guess, the modus operandi they're going for right now, and just waiting for that next tribute. You can already see that Sake is heading towards the top side of the map, but I doubt they won't be on time to stop the boss from being captured. And at the same time, they can just steamroll down the middle lane and deal some damage to the keep. Yeah, actually, they're going straight for the keep.
Yep, they're going to be able to take this keep. The top golem has gone down to Barely Online, so we're going to see golem for golem. But Well Met, once again, in a much better position to be taking this tribute. And that will bring them up to 2, which means the Barely Online are going to have to contest the next one. They don't have to contest this one. They can leave it, and that's what they're going to do. They're just going to deal with this golem in the bot lane before it does too much damage. But now, no matter what happens, they have to deal with the next tribute when it comes up. They have to contest it.
Yeah, because the moment they don't, they're going to lose everything.
Yeah.
From
they could ditch it and take a curse to the face, but who wants that?
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants that. Gonna have a quick look at the talents. We can see once again on Kerrigan that she's going for a very aggro build, taking Rewind and taking the increased radius on her impaling blades. So bit of extra radius on that stun, just a bit of more room to breathe there. On the Valor, we can see we have a Giant Killer and a Tumble, just to give her some more escape and a bit of extra damage on some of the more tankier members. And Tychus still go for that grenade build. It's taken more knockback on the frag grenade and a bit more on a bit of a slow on overdrive. Very much a more utility-based Tychus. It's interesting.
Although Sake, he's actually getting caught here, gets pulled right back in. The Storm is going to try and force everybody away. Nice Emerald win there by Destin.
Really nice strafe.
Yeah, there was an amazing Emerald win. As Sake actually takes quite a bit of damage here, but he's so tanky, will survive. Nice Divine Storm locking up Destin and Kingen. Kingen getting popped out of his own, and that's going to be the end of Kingen as well. Let's say 3 for 1. Now they're on to Sheep. One more hit. That's all it takes.
Oh,
can't quite get Sheep.
He gets out. And I would
but it doesn't really matter. The tribute is in the hands of Wellmat, and Wellmat is going to be pushing down this middle lane. Actually, they can go straight for the core if they want, but they want to get themselves a little bit more pushing power.
Oh no, they are going for the mid lane. Tassadar,
yeah, they want some more safety. They're playing the numbers
Oracle,
game.
Give them some vision. I'd like to point out that entire fight, Tassadar was just 1v1ing Rhaegar. And like Rhaegar was completely out of the fight. He dropped Ancestral Healing, then Tassadar separated him, turned into Archon, and forced Rhaegar to run the hell away. So Rhaegar was not in that fight. He was not giving the heals that he could be. And that was a huge point in this. And now, well met, take down a keep. That is a keep, and that is 2 keeps in their favor. They're now going to rotate to the bot lane and see if they can make life.
This is exactly what they need to do. They know they have about half a minute left. That is more than enough to take down the mercenary camp and take down the keep. They're on the, well, they already took down the gate.
They're going to have to fight barely online, though, if they want this keep. There's only 18 seconds left of this curse. There is the Oracle. They have the vision. They have an easy camp with them. They can push if they want to.
You have to consider that Tychus' ultimate is not off cooldown yet.
Tychus' ultimate is not off cooldown, but neither is Archon or Maelstrom or Locust Swarm. But they're going to go in anyway. Who needs ultimates when you have this team? Strafe is taking down Liquid. Liquid does go down. There is the Odin. Here is Archon. Everything's now off cooldown. Nice route there by Saka. Ancestral Healing keeps him alive and well met. Mayobo said they're welcome. Locust is now up, so it's healing Soke back to full, and he takes down Saka. And now their members of Barely Online are a bit too low to deal with this. But, well met, a bit dubious about attacking the fort. There's still quite a lot of members alive, at least, for Barely Online. They are going to take this down. They now have minions to tank for them. They will take it down. The core is under attack thanks to catapults and minions in every lane. This keep is taking absolutely ages to fall, but it does go down.
Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind here is that the heroic abilities of Well Met are going to be online. Just a few minions here, so they have the pressure on the fort, on the core. They have the pressure on pretty much everywhere. So all they have to do right now is pick up those hard camps and maybe pick up the enemy golem as well. 56 seconds on the top one and 43 on their own. So
yeah, grab hard, grab a bot hard, take bot golem, go top, grab top golem, grab top hard, win. And then just sort of kill everyone. Yeah, then just win. Walk in, win. But we are going to see Barely Online. They're going to deny them at least something here. They're going to take their own hard camp.
It's not really denying if it's your own hard camp.
It's denying when you have as much control on the map as Well Met do.
Yeah.
Alright, Well Met. Take their hard. 13 seconds till the golem's up. Still, they can't really do anything there. They're just going to hang in this bush. Wait to see if they can catch anyone out. I like the fact that Ufa hides there. And we can see that this particular Ufa does take the sprint instead of the Shrink Ray, because Tassadar took the Shrink Ray. You only need one Shrink Ray per team, and I like that. If you have a Tassadar, gives the Ufa a bit more options. In this case, the sprint is a good option. Just get in there, get your CC down.
Yeah, get your Divine Storm, which has been upgraded. Double Resurgence, double Bolt on the side of Well Met. Actually, the boss camp is now also available because,
yep, they're looking for
Barely Online didn't take their own.
But they couldn't. They didn't want to risk it. They didn't know currently where Well Met was. Now they know, obviously, because the bottom golem is down. But where else are Well Met going to be heading at this point? Now that the tribute's up, they can actually just ignore this tribute as well and just go for golem. But it doesn't look like they really want to. They're just going to use the mercenaries they have. They have hard. They have golem in the bot lane. And they're just going to use these and possibly go for a win here. They're just going to go bot lane with their golem.
Yeah, this is a smart move. Saka actually getting locked up by the golem for a little bit. Now he might be in a lot of trouble here. Gets pulled in, gets a lot of stun damage down. There's the Ancestral Healing. That's going to keep him alive. Now, Kingan has popped his Odin, but this might not even be close to enough. A beautiful Divine Storm. That was a 3-man Divine Storm. Dastin barely able to escape this one, but Kingan is going to get popped out of his Odin. Rhaegar has gone down, Saka has gone down, and now it is game over as Well Met takes home game number 1 in this Best of 3 Grand Finals of the ESL Community Cup number 9. Oh, it is the case. Yay! So I only have to...
you are probably right. Yep, it is Well Met that is on the left, and it is Barely Online, looking to try and make a comeback, that are on the right. Well Met, once again, bringing out their patented Muradin, doing what BZ could fail to prove to his team that Muradin... Sorry, doing what BKB failed to prove to his team, that Muradin is viable.
So you could say, after this game, and people want additional games, they are going to shout, "We want Mur."
We want Muradin. Give us Muradin. Nice Oracle there from Tassadar. Just good to see that there's 3 members currently in the mid lane for Well Met, and because of that, he and his team will hang back behind the wall.
What I do like is that we have a Sock and a Saka. A Saka on the other...
A Saka and a Soke.
Well, Sock.
It's Soke.
Sock.
Who cast StarCraft before this?
You?
Where's Soke from?
Heroes of the Storm.
StarCraft first. It's Soke.
Okay. I don't believe you, but okay.
I don't care if you don't believe me. Being wrong is not a democracy.
I am never wrong. I'm always right.
You're wrong
you
now.
Know that. You should know that I'm always right. Even if I'm wrong, I'm right.
What about when you're left?
And I'm also right.
Okay, so you're.
But then on the other side of the road.
left, not right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Two lefts make a right.
And two wrongs make an up. But right now, we're going to see the ganking squads collide with each other. Soke gets instantly engaged upon here as he was trying to mount up. The knock-up misses, though. Nomi's in. He gets the stun onto Kinga. Kinga goes down. And that's the first blood for Well Met. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nicely timed as well. But you know the bigger part about Well Met's actually getting the first blood? They stopped the teleport from right wing by killing off the target fast enough to make sure it didn't fully channel.
Yeah, very nice. Brightwing has made her way to the top lane, in fact. But there's another stun. Mirror getting the stun, jumping with the body block and catches Saka. Nomi on this.
He's getting it.
So good.
Yeah, suck it to him. That's definitely the case.
Suck it to him.
Suck it to him.
Suck it to him. Oh god, this is so appropriate. If you don't know who Nomi is, you better know him soon. I want to know how many times we can put the word no in this sentence. I'm assuming it is a certain no of times.
No, Nomi's arc?
No, close enough. Oh, but the stun does miss that time. Kingan able to dodge it thanks to his barrel roll. In the meantime, though, seeds fairly even. Only 6 between the two teams. Neither team wanting to go for their shamblers yet, not wanting to risk it. We're seeing Soke and Liquid wandering around here, looking for their opportunity to try and get engagement. They're going to go on to Kingan here. Root misses, though. Once again, Kingan with the solid barrel rolls, keeping himself alive.
Very nicely done there in the bottom lane. Top lane, the fight continues between Hirake and Destrin. Yeah, this is something we've been talking about. Eventually, Destin should be winning this lane, but for now it looks like Hirake is actually winning it.
Yeah, this is true. I'd like to point out that, as we've seen before, Tassadal's hair's stuck again. Oh no, it fixed itself. Yeah, every now and again, Tassadal's hair gets stuck on the wrong side of his body. It's an interesting, not really a bug, it's just an interesting little thing with the way his model works. But once again, as I said before, neither team, wants to go for these shamblers. They just don't want to take the risk. Bribe is available for Brightwing at the moment, but is she going to really want to go in and use... Oh, it's not Bribe on Brightwing, it's Bribe on Falstad, and it's the extra damage on the Arcane Barrage. But here we go, Liquid's been engaged upon. Hasselhoff's turning around, getting the damage onto Saka. Saka pops his shield. He's being dropped low, but here comes Soke in from the side, going on to Destin.
Nice lock him there. Nice lock him onto Destin. Destin is going to fall here. They're trying to turn it around onto Sake as well. They actually get Sake.
Nice.
And this means Saka. And this means that they should be able to take the top Shambler. And there is nothing the team of Barely Online can do about it.
Yep, nothing they can do at all. They lost that fight. Did not go well there. They just weren't able to get anything down. Like, they tried to go onto Liquid there, but they just couldn't get the engagement. And then when they tried to escape, Hiruki came around, got the stun, so they got the first kill off, and then Nova with the clutch snipe getting that last kill before they ran behind the wall. Very, very nice.
So the bottom Shambler now being taken here by the opposing team, well, at least the opposing team by Barely Online.
7 coins.
Yeah, that's all they need. And they're bringing Nova, they're bringing Uther, but he's a little bit too late. They're actually starting the fight here. There's the Side Storm onto Nomi. Nomi will survive this one. Destin going dangerously low, but he's still healing himself. He will be able to actually get there, but now Uther is joining the fight. Sheep in a lot of trouble. He jumps over the Shambler, but he's taking quite a bit of damage. He's in a lot of trouble. Will get shielded, will survive this one. Soke is in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down. That's the end of Soke, but the turnaround is here, and the plant golem is already growing. So this is a very good fight here for Well Met. They're locking up Saka. Saka is going to go down, and goodbye.
Liquid in that fight completely destroyed Illidan. Just absolutely, from like a third health to 0, just wrecked him. And now we're going to see Soke going back to base. He's going to grab the Plant Terror, and they're going to begin barreling down this mid lane.
Yeah, most likely that's going to be the case. Depends on what Soke, or rather Well Met, wants to do with the Plant Golem. Do they want to go for a all-in push down the middle lane, bottom lane, or any lane whatsoever?
They are
with
boosting,
the
and it looks like pathing-wise he's heading towards the bot lane. He's going to throw a plant over the wall here just to get some harass. Illidan just going straight onto it, and now we're going to see the Golem, the Terror, head towards the bot lane and group up with the rest of Well Met, where they already have some night camps. So this is going to be a very solid push. We're going to see barely online all rotate down here to try and help defend this, but how well can they do? The bulb has been put fairly far back just to make it so it gets its damage off on the first wave, and then they're going to use knights to tank the fort until the bulb comes back up again.
This is a very smart move with the bulb, yeah. Putting it far back so it doesn't get destroyed. So it takes down everything. Now again, the bulb going down. Oh, Saki going very, very deep here.
Soke wasn't deep there. He was insect by Nomi.
There's a precision strike.
Yeah, Polymorph did go off on Nomi, but he wasn't able to get. They weren't able to get anything of it. And Kingen is able to back out, but stun onto Tassadar. He gets taken down. The double stun. But like you said, it wasn't Saka going too deep there. Muradin's ult that he's taken is the Haymaker. Deal 300 damage and knocks back enemies a huge distance and knocks teammates aside when it does it. So it's really good at jumping behind people, which is one of Muradin's other abilities, to get a short range jump, stun them, jump behind them, and then smash them straight into your team.
I really like what Matt is doing right now, rotating to the top, rotating to the middle, takes down one tower. It isn't going to put a lot of soats at the dike to catch my drift, but they're actually onto Kingen. Kingen getting locked up. That's the end of Kingen.
Yep, body goes flying majestically through the air. I don't even see where the dwarf part of him went. I only see the griffin and the hammer. The dwarf part went somewhere completely different. But now, we're going to see well met. Once again, rotating up to the mid lane. They're going to take care of this easy camp of Barely Online, and then it will begin grabbing their own easy camps. 2 are available. Actually, no, they're just going to try and contest this hard camp. They've clairvoyanced it, so they know it's there. So they're just going to move in here.
And they should be able to actually take this one, because I don't think Barely Online really wants to be fighting well met here. They get the Waymaker. Direk has a lot of trouble here. He uses his phase shift, but he is going to go down. He has nowhere to run. Actually, Archon is going to save his life. Now from the rear, here's the engage.
From downtown, there's a Divine Storm. We do see Sheep and an Ubrak already taken out. The Odin's popped, but there's not really much point because there's no way that Kingen and Desta want any part of this. Tassadar's just beat out, and this is going to be well met, taking the hard camp, and they're now just going to rotate up to this top lane and take down everything.
Well, everything is a big word, but they should be able to at least take down the gate. They're not really wasting the Odin. They knew the Odin was going to time out, so they made a good decision in just suiciding it on the towers, taking down all that precious ammo. And so these night camps are going to get taken down. It's actually rotating towards their own Shamblers, going to take those down. Is that really what they want? They can't really fight until they get their ultimates back up, and they run away from Barely Online.
They're going to take all the small camps because they're very quick. There are a lot of seeds potential. There's a lot of seed potential. There's 60 seeds potential overall in just these small camps. And then, while Barely Online is taking the top golem, they still have huge potential and a lot of time to take this bottom golem.
Yeah, in the meantime though, the plant golem is growing on the side of Barely Online, but it doesn't really matter because Wellmet is going to get one of them for themselves as well. So 2 golems up on the field, Shamblers are out. Wellmet's in a very good position, 2 levels ahead and 1 talent advantage right now. So let's take a quick look at the talents.
Yep, having a look at the talents, Muradin once again is the most interesting person we want to look at, as he's rarely played. Different build to the last time we saw Muradin. We have Reverberation, where enemies hit by Thunderclap have their attack speed reduced. Very nice against people like this Falstad, like this Illidan. And we have Thunderclap leaves a zone on the ground which explodes again, dealing an extra 25 damage and an extra slow. Very nice. And with the Rewind, Muradin's going to be jumping around, launching his stun, which hits 2 enemies thanks to Piercing Bolt. He's going to be stunning 2 people at a time and then jumping around and knocking them huge distances into his team with the Haymaker.
So for now, both of the terrors are actually going to find each other pretty fast. Yeah, Sake coming in. Actually, look at what Kingen is doing. He's dropping one of them behind, but Amrubrak immediately gets wiped out around the Sheep. Sheep taking quite a bit of damage. The Odin has been bumped. Actually, the Odin gets turned into a plant, but it doesn't really matter. Here's the strafe from the Odin, taking down both Tassadar and Illidan. Now they're onto the fort, and it looks like this might be all over for Wellmet, because, well, this plant golem is still alive. It will be alive for quite a bit. And a nice bulb there, going to take down all of these defenses, and they're going to move immediately onto the fort. Still 40 seconds on this plant golem. Are they actually going to go for the core?
I think they might. Actually, no, there's not really much time. They're going for it. They're going straight onto Destin. and Saka here, and once again, they still have quite a bit of time on this golem. They're 32 seconds. In the meantime, the other plant terror is just trying to beat on a wall here. I'm not really sure where it's going with this. Is it going for the core?
It is going for the keep.
You can't kill the core before you kill a keep, plant terror. No, that's not how that works. He's just standing there and letting himself die. And in the meantime, well met take down Illidan and are able to get out alive. The terror is finally backing out, and it does die. And Kingan being forced to back out. I'm sorry, Kingan, that's not how that works.
He tried his best. He was in the impression, well, if you can backdoor, I can backdoor, but unfortunately, you cannot kill the core, like you said, without killing a keep.
Keeps are there for a reason. Otherwise, I would only ever play backdoor Zeratul and just always blink into the base and try and kill the core.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 for effort.
Yep, good effort, but a bit of time is needed. But here we go. We're going to see Borka go down.
Spaceship, but just gets wiped by.
Yep, too much stun. Stun locked to death.
Yep.
Games were so quick. The thing is, people with Resurgence are going to have the worst time with this because they're going to get engaged on by this incredibly quick gank squad that just walks in and bursts you down so quickly. They're going to respawn in like 4 seconds after that Resurgence, not having enough time to register what happened to them. Like, they're going to respawn just like, was I dead just now? What just happened? But now we're going to see well met. Moving on to this keep, they're going to take it down. There's going to be 2 keeps in their favour. They may move on to the core here. Tassadar's just respawned. If they can get a couple kills here, Liquid is in fact just trying to kill off King, and if they could go for the core here, they have they have an easy camp here, which could do a bit of damage, but we are seeing Barely Online clear this, and we're going to see well met playing it safe, backing up. Oh, they're not even going for the Shamblers. Oh, there's the... Never mind, there's the Oracle. That backdoor strategy completely cancelled due to the fact that Tassadar is a thing.
Tassadar is definitely a thing, but doesn't really matter because they're immediately going to start picking up those mini Shamblers, getting themselves their Mega Shambler once actually they combine their mini Zords.
They missed one, actually. They missed one little dude.
I'm getting the feeling they really want to be going for the heroes on the side.
Oh no, yeah, King, you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Down he goes. And they're going to get the other small Shamblers. Whereas we see Barely Online going to take their hard and then move over here. They don't want to fight well met. They're just going to move down to the bot lane and try and take the Shambler down there.
If Wellmet takes down the Shambler, it's all over. That's a given. I don't think we have to discuss that all too much. This Shambler is going to give the plant golem, give a plant golem over to Wellmet. And I believe that the opposing team does not have enough seeds to actually get themselves the full plant golem. Or do they?
With this, I think they do, but I'm not too sure. We will find out very shortly. Here is the plant terror for well met. They're just going to clear this top lane as well, clear those knights, and get ready for the push. Is it enough? Yes, it is. And there was a little dude. There was a little dude over there as well, who they can take to give them a couple more seeds. That's an extra 4 seeds. So they had enough either way.
But now though, Nova going to be picking up the big camp after they start up the hard camp. This is a smart move there by Wellmet. They first allow the hard camps to be aggroed.
Yeah, once it's aggroed, you can take the plant terror because the minions will no longer despawn. It's a very clever strategy and something that I really wish that people will. Yeah, something I really wish that people will deal with. That people would realize more in pub games. But now we see Barely Online charging down this mid lane. I think they're going to attempt to go for a base race here. They are just going for it at this point. This is 100% a base race, but that's not going to work because, well, they are also charging for their base and they already have an open core to go through. Actually, this is going to be pretty interesting. This is going to be fun. There goes the keep of Wellmet. They're onto the core already. It is the base race time. Who can win? Wellmet have the advantage in the base race. They are slightly ahead, but Barely Online are actually catching up fairly well. Ultimates have been popped, but Wellmet are gonna take it. I like the base race idea, but it just wasn't good enough. Wellmet had the advantage, and they're able to take it.
Is the core held also on 2% for you?
Nope. 0% for me and 35% for Wellmet's core.
Still very well done by Wellmet. They win 2-0 in the grand finals of the ESL Community Cup.
Yep, that's 2 in a row. Wellmet looking on top of their game at the moment, doing a fantastic job. Really, really nice to see.
And with that, it is also the end of the stream. So I would like to thank everybody who was watching. I was TechnoLink. I'm here with Tetcher. You can follow us on twitter.com/TechnoLink, Techno_link, and twitter.com/Tetcher. And of course, we were here on the ESL More Heroes stream, so make sure to hit the follow button below if you really enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you'll be here next time once we get ready for another cast. Thatcher, in the meantime, I would like to also thank you for casting once again, and hopefully I'll see you in the upcoming week.
Yeah, I believe
that's going to be a thing, right?
We're casting more stuff soon. I believe we're casting tomorrow. I'm double checking for it. If not,
we should be
then
casting.
We will be casting again very soon.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the music, and hopefully till next time.